What's the wildest, their mouth wrote a check they couldn't cash moment you've ever seen? I was a senior when this whole thing went down with Jared. This kid thought he was some kind of gangster because he watched too many movies and spent all day on social media. He had these cheap gold chains that he swore were real, always talking about his uncle in Miami who was supposedly connected to the mob. Nobody really believed him, but he had this way of making people uncomfortable enough that they didn't call him out. Jared was 17 and acted like he ran the school. His TikTok was nothing but fake tough guy videos, him flexing in mirrors, doing stupid pranks, and constantly bragging about being connected to people you don't want to mess with. The chains looked like they came from a gas station, but he'd tell anyone who'd listen that his uncle sent them from Miami as gifts. Most kids just rolled their eyes and moved on, but Jared started picking on Owen from the robotics club. Owen was this quiet, smart kid who minded his own business and never bothered anyone. But something about Owen seemed to make Jared angry, like the fact that Owen didn't seem impressed by his tough guy act. It started small. Jared would bump into Owen in the hallways, knock his books down, call him names, but then it escalated. One day in the cafeteria, Jared snatched Owen's phone right out of his hands while Owen was eating lunch. Before Owen could react, Jared opened Snapchat and started recording a video. "Hey everybody, check out my boy Owen here," Jared said into the camera, pointing it at Owen's shocked face. "He's got some real interesting business going on. Tell them what you're selling, Owen." Owen tried to grab his phone back, but Jared held it away and kept recording. "Come on, don't be shy. Tell them about all that stuff you've got in your locker." The whole thing was obviously fake, but Jared posted it to his story anyway, making it look like Owen was involved in something illegal. Owen was furious and tried to report it to the administration, but Jared was already 3 steps ahead. The next morning, Owen got pulled out of first period by the principal and 2 police officers. Turns out someone had called in an anonymous tip saying Owen was making threats online and might be planning something violent at school. They searched his locker, his backpack, everything. Owen was suspended immediately while they investigated. Jared was practically glowing when word got around about Owen's suspension. He strutted through the halls telling anyone who'd listen, "Don't mess with me, man. I got real connections. Even the cops back me up when I need them to." But Jared's mouth just kept running. During lunch, he was holding court at his usual table, bragging louder than ever. "You think that was something? I could get anyone in this school swatted if I wanted to. I once made a guy completely disappear down in Orlando. My uncle took care of it." Kids were starting to record him on their phones, but Jared was too caught up in his own story to notice. "The FBI knows who I am. They know not to mess with my family. One phone call and boom, anyone I want gone is gone." What Jared didn't know was that his anonymous tip about Owen had triggered way more attention than he expected. The school district had a new policy after some incidents in other states. Any threat against students got passed directly to the FBI's local terrorism task force. When they traced the call back to Jared's IP address, everything changed. Tuesday morning at 5 a.m., Jared got the wake-up call of his life. SWAT team, flashbang grenades, his front door completely destroyed. Tactical officers with assault rifles screaming at him to get on the ground while his parents stood there in their pajamas, completely terrified. They took everything, his phone, his laptop, his gaming system, even his fake gold chains as potential evidence. Turns out filing a false terrorism report is a federal crime, and Jared had just confessed to it on multiple Snapchat videos that his classmates had saved. The story spread through school faster than wildfire. Jared's parents owned a small cleaning business in town, and once word got out that their son was arrested for making terrorist threats, customers started canceling left and right. Nobody wanted to hire the company where the terrorist kid came from. Owen came back to school the following week, completely cleared of all charges. This time, when he tried to tell people what really happened, everyone listened. The administration actually apologized to him publicly and gave him credit for all the work he'd missed. Jared never came back. He got expelled, arrested, and ended up doing a year in juvenile detention. His parents tried to sue the school district, claiming their son was targeted unfairly, but the recorded evidence of Jared's own voice making the fake report pretty much ended that lawsuit before it started.